Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards opens up about Mauricio Umansky split. She blames social media and women. Kyle Richards said a lot of women slid into Mauricio Umansky's DMs during her marriage. The RHOBH star thinks it caused a lot of tension in her marriage. Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's separation has played out on screen on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Still, Richards, who has been a Bravo star since 2010, has been relatively guarded about the end of her marriage and what led to the split. That is, until now. During the most recent reunion, Richards opened up about what caused tension in her marriage. She's blaming social media, fame, and other women. It has been nearly 2 years since Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky confirmed they had separated. There hasn't been a ton of moving on from Richards, though. She and Umansky are still in contact. But it seems that not all of that contact is positive. She was clearly annoyed with him and other women while filming The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. During a chat with Andy Cohen, Richards revealed that social media largely influenced her split from Umansky. She said that women were always sliding into his DMs. She suggested Umansky may have been tempted by the snakes who aggressively pursued him. While Richards openly and aggressively aired her frustration with other women, she was disproportionately lenient when it came to placing blame on Umansky. She bashed the women who messaged him, but had little to say about Umansky entertaining those messages. Richards seems to be holding out hope for a potential reconciliation. But is it in the cards? It doesn't look like it. Umansky appears to be enjoying being a bachelor. Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky married in 1996, decades before reality TV came knocking. Today, they are best known for appearing on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Buying Beverly Hills. While the duo seemed deeply bonded early on in their TV careers, cracks began to show in recent years. In July 2023, People confirmed their separation. The couple later released a joint statement. While they acknowledged a trial separation, they denied divorce rumors. Despite their separation, Richards and Umansky still operated as a family and cohabited. In December 2024, Richards revealed that she and Umansky were still in communication, texting a few times a week and occasionally getting together. More recently, the couple addressed the complicated nature of their separation on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and how photos of Mauricio kissing another woman impacted their relationship. Kyle acknowledged the photos as a wake-up call. Richards has not been photographed with any new suitors since the split. Neither party has filed for divorce yet. Richard and Umansky's divorce would likely be a costly one. The duo married long before either was wealthy. Since then, they've both amassed fortunes, with Richards and Umansky having a combined net worth of around $100 million. Umansky's real estate firm, The Agency, is a billion-dollar brokerage. In a candid revelation, Kyle Richards, star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has opened up about her separation from husband Mauricio Umansky, shedding light on the challenges they faced and the factors she believes contributed to their decision. Speaking openly, Kyle discussed the impact of social media and the influence of women on their relationship. The initiation of the separation. Kyle shared that the decision to separate was initiated by her, acknowledging the difficulties that led to this point. Despite their long-standing marriage and shared history, Kyle emphasized that the separation was a necessary step for both of them to move forward. The role of social media. One of the significant factors Kyle identified as influencing their relationship was the pervasive nature of social media. She expressed concerns about the way public attention and online commentary affected their personal lives, adding pressure to an already strained relationship. Influence of women. Additionally, Kyle pointed to the influence of women as a contributing factor to their separation. While she did not specify individuals, she alluded to situations where external relationships and interactions played a role in the challenges they faced together. Moving forward, despite the challenges, Kyle remains focused on her personal growth and well-being. She has emphasized the importance of self-care and the support of her family and friends during this time. As she navigates this new chapter, Kyle is committed to maintaining a positive outlook and prioritizing opens up about Mauricio Umansky split. She blames social. For years, they were the golden couple of Beverly Hills. Kyle Richards, a real housewife turned reality matriarch, and Mauricio Umansky, the charismatic real estate mogul with a megawatt smile, seemed to have what so many in their world didn't, a marriage that felt, dare we say it, real. But behind the shimmering filters and staged smiles, something was cracking. And when that crack finally split wide enough to see through, Kyle Richards had only one thing to blame: social media. It's like living in a hall of mirrors, Kyle tells Beverly Weekly, perched on a linen sofa in her Encino home, a single almond milk latte cooling on the coffee table beside her. You look around and think you're surrounded by love, but it's just reflections, distorted, stretched, filtered versions of reality. When Kyle and Mauricio first met, Instagram didn't exist. TikTok wasn't a twinkle in the algorithm's eye, and Bravo was still carving out its niche. Back then, love blossomed behind closed doors. Disagreements stayed within the confines of your home, not spilled into captions or dissected by anonymous users in comment sections. But now, it's like you're married to each other and the world, she says, fingers fidgeting with a gold ring she's no longer sure she wants to wear. And the world has opinions. The couple had been married for 27 years, a near miraculous number in Hollywood years. They raised 4 daughters, built businesses, survived scandal, success, and the infamous Bunnygate. But over time, Kyle says, the weight of public performance became unbearable. You start performing your relationship instead of living it, she explains. I'd post a sweet picture of us, and within minutes, someone's commenting, she doesn't look happy. Or he's probably cheating. Even if you know it's nonsense, it sticks. It makes you doubt things that were never in question before. It didn't happen all at once. At first, it was subtle. The pressure to present a perfect family dinner, the need to caption every photo with some cutesy line, the silent competition with other housewives to seem the most in love. But eventually, it crept into the crevices of their relationship. Mauricio, she says, is old school. He wasn't into the social media stuff. He'd be like, "Why are you filming everything? Can we just eat dinner?" And she admits she didn't always hear him. I thought I was doing it for our brand, Kyle says now, her eyes welling. But in hindsight, I was curating a relationship instead of cultivating one. It wasn't just the audience that chipped away at them. It was what Kyle calls the scroll effect. You're constantly comparing. Some woman's husband buys her a Channel bag just because it's Tuesday. Another couple's on a yacht in Capri. You start thinking, why aren't we doing that? Why isn't he posting about me? Does he love me less because he didn't post a #DosieValue? She laughs a little now, embarrassed at how trivial it sounds, but insists it gets in your head. Things began to unravel more tangibly during the pandemic. The lockdown, ironically, brought them physically closer. But emotionally, it exposed the distance they hadn't realized had grown between them. He was always working. I was always filming or dealing with the girls. And suddenly we were together all the time, but barely speaking. I'd be on my phone, scrolling, reading gossip. He'd be outside, pacing on real estate calls. It felt like we were roommates. Kyle admits therapy was tried. So was a brief social detox, a week without phones, a romantic getaway. But even that felt like it had to be content. I caught myself wondering, should I post this sunset? Should I film us to show we're okay? I couldn't just be in the moment. By the time separation talks began, there was no big betrayal, no screaming match. It was a slow goodbye, she says softly, more of a drift than a break. She says they still love each other. We're still family. We're still raising kids. But we had to step back and ask, are we still us? Or are we just playing the roles we've been assigned online? Kyle says she doesn't blame Mauricio. He's an incredible man. I blame the environment we let ourselves get lost in. The expectation to be seen, to be liked, to be goals. In a twist of irony, it was her step away from social media that made her see things clearly. One morning, I didn't pick up my phone. I just sat in the kitchen, looked at the way the sun hit the tiles, and realized I hadn't felt present in years. I was so busy capturing moments that I forgot to live them. She doesn't know what comes next. Maybe we find our way back. Maybe we stay close as friends and co-parents. But whatever it is, it has to be real. She's scaling back her online presence, posting less, living more. I want my next chapter to be less about hashtags and more about heartbeat.